Have you ever noticed that one simple sentence from a woman can stay in a man's mind for days, while 100 beautiful photos disappear from his memory in minutes? The truth is that attraction is not created by beauty alone. It is created by emotions, mystery, respect, and the feeling that someone truly understands him. Most people believe men only react to looks, but that is what ordinary people think. A wise person knows that words can become invisible chains. A few carefully chosen lines can create curiosity, confidence, desire, and emotional connection stronger than expensive gifts or perfect appearances. This is where most people fail. They speak to impress. The smart person speaks to influence. As Machiavelli would say, people rarely remember every action, but they never forget how you made them feel. Today, you will discover 13 simple lines that can make a man feel deeply attracted, respected, and emotionally connected. These are not magic spells. They are examples of emotional intelligence. Use them with honesty, confidence, and the right intention, because real influence never comes from pretending. It comes from understanding human nature. Before we begin, remember one important truth. Every man is different. No single sentence works on everyone. These lines are powerful because they touch emotions that many men naturally. Confidence, appreciation, trust, admiration, curiosity, and purpose. When these emotions are awakened, attraction grows naturally. The first line is simple. I feel safe when I'm with you. Many people think men only want compliments about their appearance. They believe saying, "You look handsome," is enough. While compliments are nice, they rarely reach the deepest part of a man's mind. Safety does. Most men grow up believing they must protect others. Whether it is their family, their partner, or the people they love, they often measure themselves by how dependable they are. When a woman sincerely says, "I feel safe when I'm with you," she is not only praising his strength, she is recognizing his value. This is different from saying, "Your strong strength is physical." Safety is emotional. A powerful man does not only want to look strong. He wants to know his presence brings peace. Imagine this conversation. "I always relax when you're around." "Why?" "I don't know. I just feel safe." Notice how natural it sounds. There is no drama, no exaggeration, just honest emotion. That honesty creates trust. Machiavelli understood that people willingly give loyalty to those who make them feel important. Every human being secretly wants to believe they matter. When someone confirms that belief, emotional walls begin to fall. The second line is even more powerful. I love listening to your thoughts. Most people spend conversations waiting for their turn to speak. Very few actually listen. A man may not always admit it, but he wants someone who values his ideas, not only his appearance or his success. When a woman genuinely enjoys hearing his opinions, he feels respected. Respect is one of the strongest emotional needs many men have. Notice the difference. Instead of saying, "You're smart," try saying, "I like the way you think." The second sentence feels personal. It shows attention. It tells him his mind is attractive. This creates a deeper connection than empty compliments. Of course, this only works if you truly mean it. Fake admiration is easy to detect. Real curiosity cannot be copied. Imagine he explains something about his work, his dreams, or even a random topic. Instead of changing the subject, ask, "How did you come up with that idea?" Now he feels heard. People naturally become closer to those who make them feel understood. That is not manipulation. That is human psychology. The third line is surprisingly simple. I believe in you. These 4 words can become unforgettable. Life constantly tests men. Competition, pressure, failure, responsibility. Many carry stress they never talk about. Sometimes they do not need someone to solve their problems. They simply need someone who believes they can solve them. Imagine he is worried about a new business, an interview, or a difficult challenge. Instead of saying, "Don't worry," say, "I know you'll figure it out. I believe in you." Those words create emotional strength. Confidence grows when someone important believes in us before success arrives. Machiavelli often wrote about power. But real power begins inside the mind. A confident man becomes stronger when someone reminds him of his own ability. The fourth line creates mystery. You make me curious. Curiosity is one of the strongest emotions in human nature. Most compliments describe what someone already knows. Curiosity suggests there is still more to discover. Instead of saying, "You're interesting," try, "Every time we talk, I learn something new about you." Now he begins wondering what you see in him. People naturally become attracted to those who see hidden parts of their personality. This creates emotional investment. The conversation becomes more meaningful. Imagine sitting together after dinner. He shares a story from his childhood. You smile and quietly say, "I never expected that. You keep surprising me." That sentence tells him he is still being discovered. Humans love mystery. The moment someone feels completely predictable, attraction often starts fading. The fifth line focuses on appreciation. I admire how calm you stay. Many people notice achievements. Few notice character. Character-based compliments create stronger emotional impact. Imagine a stressful situation. Everyone is panicking. He stays calm. Later you say, "I really admire how calm you stayed today." Now he knows someone noticed something deeper than appearance. People repeat behaviors that receive meaningful appreciation. This is one of the oldest psychological truths. Machiavelli observed that recognition shapes behavior. When people feel valued for their character, they naturally show more of it. Notice that this compliment cannot be bought. Money cannot purchase genuine admiration. Status cannot force respect. It must be earned. That is why it feels valuable. The sixth line creates emotional exclusivity. I can be myself around you. Think carefully about these words. Every person wears different masks. One at work, one with friends, one with strangers. Very few people make us feel comfortable enough to remove those masks. When someone says, "I can be myself around you," they are giving a rare emotional gift. They are saying, "I trust you." Trust is far more powerful than excitement. Excitement brings people together. Trust keeps them together. Imagine the conversation. "I don't feel like I have to pretend with you." Those words stay in memory, not because they sound romantic, because they feel real. A man who hears this sincerely often feels emotionally connected on a much deeper level. This is exactly why simple words often defeat dramatic speeches. Influence does not always come from saying more. Sometimes it comes from saying less, but saying it honestly. The seventh line reveals something many people underestimate. I respect your decisions. Respect is one of the strongest foundations of attraction. Many people confuse love with control. They believe caring for someone means changing them, correcting them, or constantly telling them what to do. But a person who understands human nature knows that people become closer when they feel respected, not controlled. A man wants to feel that his choices have value. This does not mean agreeing with everything he says, or accepting every action without question. Respect means recognizing that he is an individual with his own thoughts, experiences, and judgment. Imagine a man making an important decision. Maybe he wants to change his career. Maybe he wants to start something new. Maybe he has a difficult choice in front of him. Instead of immediately saying, "Are you sure this is a good idea?" a more powerful approach is, "I trust that you have thought about this carefully." Those words create a feeling of partnership instead of opposition. Machiavelli understood that people become loyal to those who make them feel respected. When someone feels constantly judged, they build walls. When someone feels understood, they open doors. The eighth line creates a feeling of importance. I noticed that about you. These words are simple, but their effect is powerful. Why? Because everyone wants to be noticed. In a world where people are constantly distracted, genuine attention has become rare. A man may receive many compliments. He may hear that he is successful, attractive, or talented. But when someone notices a small detail about him, it creates a different emotional response. For example, you always help people without expecting anything back. Or, I noticed you always remember small details. Or, I noticed you stay patient, even when things get difficult. These statements show observation. They tell him, "You are not invisible to me." The human mind is naturally drawn toward those who recognize hidden qualities. A person who feels seen often feels connected. The ninth line creates desire through appreciation. I like the way you make me feel. Many people focus only on what someone does. They say, "You bought me this. You helped me with that. You did something nice." But emotions are more powerful than actions. A person may forget the exact gift. They may forget the exact conversation. But they remember the feeling. When someone says, "I like the way you make me feel," the message reaches a deeper level. It says, "Your presence has an effect on my life." This is a powerful form of recognition. However, it must be genuine. Words without emotion are empty. The strength of a sentence does not come from the sentence itself. It comes from the truth behind it. The 10th line creates emotional confidence. You bring out the best in me. This sentence touches something very deep. Everyone wants to believe they make the world better for someone they care about. A man does not only want to be desired. He wants to be valuable. He wants to feel that his presence creates positive change. When someone says, "You bring out the best in me," it creates a feeling of purpose. It tells him, "When you are around, I become a better version of myself." That is a powerful emotional connection. But remember something important. Never use words only to create attachment. The strongest relationships are built when both people genuinely improve each other's lives. The 11th line creates playful attraction. You are different from what I expected. Human beings are attracted to surprise. The brain pays attention to things that break patterns. When someone says, "You are different from what I expected," curiosity appears. The mind naturally asks, "How am I different? Why does she see me that way?" This creates a desire to know more. The key is how you say it. If it sounds like criticism, the effect disappears. If it sounds like appreciation, it creates connection. For example, "I thought you would be serious, but you're actually much more fun than I expected." This creates a positive surprise. People enjoy discovering that they are more interesting than others first believe. The 12th line creates emotional loyalty. I appreciate everything you do, even the small things. Many people only notice big actions. They celebrate major achievements. They ignore daily efforts. But small actions often reveal someone's true character. Maybe he remembers something important. Maybe he checks if you arrived safely. Maybe he helps without being asked. Maybe he supports you during difficult moments. When those small things are recognized, they become meaningful. A person who feels appreciated naturally wants to continue giving. Not because they are forced, because their effort has value. Machiavelli often discussed the importance of understanding human motivation. People move toward places where they feel valued. They stay where they feel respected. They protect what they feel connected to. The 13th line is one of the strongest. I am happy when I am with you. Notice the simplicity. It does not say, "You complete me." It does not say, "I cannot live without you." Those statements create pressure. Instead, this line communicates something healthier. Your presence adds happiness to my life. That is attractive because confidence attracts confidence. A person who chooses happiness with someone feels more powerful than someone who depends completely on them. The difference is important. Neediness creates fear. Choice creates attraction. A wise person understands that emotional strength creates stronger bonds. The most influential people are not those who chase attention. They are those who create meaningful experiences. Words are powerful because they can enter the mind long after the conversation ends. A sentence spoken at the right moment can become a memory. A memory can become an emotion. An emotion can become a connection. This is the hidden power of communication. But there is another important lesson. The strongest influence does not come from memorizing lines. It comes from understanding the person in front of you. Anyone can repeat words. Few people can create a genuine feeling. The person who listens carefully, observes deeply, and speaks honestly will always have more influence than someone who simply tries to impress. Machiavelli understood that human beings are guided by emotions as much as logic. People remember those who make them feel understood. They remember those who make them feel respected. They remember those who make them feel important. That is why the right words, spoken with the right intention, can become more powerful than grand actions. But attraction is not only created by what you say. It is also created by what you do not say. Silence, mystery, confidence, self-control, these are the invisible forces that shape human relationships. And understanding these hidden forces is what separates ordinary communication from powerful communication. The final lesson is the one most people ignore. Words can open the door, but your character decides whether someone stays. Many people search for the perfect sentence. They believe one magical phrase can create attraction instantly. But human nature does not work that way. A sentence has power only when it matches reality. If you say, "I believe in you," but you constantly doubt the person, the words become empty. If you say, "I respect you," but you try to control every decision, the message loses its value. True influence comes when your words and actions move in the same direction. Machiavelli studied power, but the deepest form of power is not controlling others. It is understanding what moves the human heart. A person who understands emotions can communicate in a way that creates trust, respect, and connection. The first mistake many people make is trying too hard to be impressive. They speak more. They explain more. They try to prove their value. But confidence does not need constant advertisement. A person with real confidence does not beg to be noticed. They create a presence that naturally attracts attention. This is why calmness is powerful. When you are comfortable with yourself, your words become stronger. You do not need to force attraction. You create an environment where attraction can grow. The second mistake is forgetting the importance of mystery. People are naturally curious. If someone reveals everything immediately, there is nothing left to discover. But mystery does not mean hiding or pretending. It means having your own world, your own goals, your own interests, your own purpose. A person with purpose becomes more attractive because they are not searching for someone to complete them. They are inviting someone to join their journey. This is a powerful difference. The third mistake is ignoring emotional timing. The same sentence can have completely different effects depending on the moment. Imagine saying, "I believe in you." During a difficult moment, those words can feel powerful, but saying them randomly without connection may feel empty. Great communication is not only about what you say. It is about when you say it. A wise person watches. They understand the situation. They choose the right moment. That is where emotional intelligence becomes a form of power. The fourth mistake is using compliments without depth. Many people repeat the same basic compliments. You are handsome. You are amazing. You are perfect. These words may sound nice, but they are common. The human mind pays more attention to specific recognition. Instead of saying, "You are amazing," say, "I admire how you stay focused when things become difficult." Instead of saying, "You are nice," say, "I noticed how respectfully you treat people around you." Specific words create stronger emotions because they prove attention. Attention is one of the rarest gifts in modern life. The fifth mistake is forgetting that attraction is a two-way connection. A person should not only think about how to attract someone, they should think about what kind of relationship they want to build. The strongest connections are not created by tricks. They are created by two people who feel respected, valued, and understood. A person who only tries to influence others may gain attention for a short time. A person who understands people can create lasting bonds. This is the real lesson behind Machiavelli's approach to human nature. Study people, understand emotions, observe actions, know what motivates human behavior, but never forget the importance of authenticity, because the most powerful person is not the one who can manipulate emotions. The most powerful person is the one who can inspire genuine emotions. Now remember the 13 lines. I feel safe when I'm with you. I love listening to your thoughts. I believe in you. You make me curious. I admire how calm you stay. I can be myself around you. I respect your decisions. I notice that about you. I like the way you make me feel. You bring out the best in me. You are different from what I expected. I appreciate everything you do, even the small things. I am happy when I am with you. These sentences are not powerful because of the words alone. They are powerful because they touch deep human needs. The need to feel respected. The need to feel appreciated. The need to feel understood. The need to feel important. Every person carries these desires. Men, women, everyone. The person who understands this does not need to chase attention. They create meaningful interactions. They build trust. They create memories. And memories are where emotional connections are born. In the end, the greatest attraction is not created by perfect words. It is created by a person who knows their own value and recognizes the value in others. Speak with honesty, listen with intention, observe carefully, and understand that every conversation is an opportunity to create a feeling that someone will remember. Because in human relationships, people may forget the exact words you said. They may forget the exact moment you met, but they rarely forget how you made them feel. And that is the true power of communication. If you found these insights valuable, don't forget to like this video, subscribe for more psychology and human behavior content, and share it with someone who can benefit from it. Tell us in the comments which point you found the most interesting. Your thoughts help us create better content for you. Stay curious, keep learning, and remember, understanding human nature is the first step toward mastering communication.